Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A on this elliptical vase. Darren is having some issues with the ribs not kind of forming to his design here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a vase like this, and then we'll try to make the ribs. All right, so I have Fusion open here, and I'm just going to create two sketches. So I'm going to create my base sketch here on this bottom plane using an ellipse. And so I don't know exactly what size the vase is, but just going to make kind of some round dimensions here. Let's see, dimension that out. Let's do like, I don't know, 40, and then dimension this from side to side if we can. There we go. And maybe 40, so it's about half. So this is 80 in total. Finish sketch, and then I'm going to create an offset plane from here. Let's make it like 100 or so. So it's up here, and then create another sketch here. And so this is a little bit of an important aspect of this. So to make this work easily, basically the outside needs to be just an offset of this. So if you make, for instance, if we made an ellipse and we made it, a little bit of a different shape like that, it's going to be a lot harder to do just because it's going to not follow the same path all the way around. So to avoid that, I'm just going to make an offset of this. So the way we're going to do that is click project. So click P on your keyboard, and then we're going to project that feature. So now we have that projected up. And if you don't know where that is, click create and then project include, and use that to project up your other sketch into your current plane. And what I'm going to do with that now is I'm going to click offset, and then I'm just going to offset this like 20 or so. And so that's going to give us that vase shape. And so I'm going to click finish sketch and then create, and then come down here to loft. And so we're going to loft that up to here, and then we're going to click OK. And so now we have kind of the basic vase shape, and then we want to add a shell. So I'm going to make it like 3 millimeters or so. And so now we have essentially a good starting point. Again, if you wanted to make the shape a little bit different, it will make this significantly more difficult. So I'm just going to make this fairly straightforward, and I think get pretty much the majority of what we were looking for. And so now I'm going to create another sketch here on this edge. You could have done this initially, but I think this just makes more sense from a learning standpoint. And so now we're going to make a circle. So I click C for circle, center point circle, and then going to make this 3 millimeters. So D for dimension, then make it around 3 millimeters, and then click finish sketch. And so that's going to be our rib profile. And now we're going to make one more sketch. So create sketch, and then select that plane, and then we're just going to project this whole body. So create, project again, and you can use intersect, but I'm just going to use the standard project. I think it'll work okay in this instance. And you can see that what that did was give us the profile. I'm just going to hide the body there. So you can see we have this profile. I'm not exactly sure why I didn't make this one as well, but really all that we're looking for is this line here. And so if we bring the body back, I'm going to click finish sketch again. And so now we have a profile and just basically like a guideline. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do create, and then I'm going to use a sweep feature. And so what this is it basically takes a profile and then a line, and it basically extrudes that along the line if you haven't used it before. And there's a lot of different default or types here. And for most instances, single path works, but for this, we're going to do path plus guide surface. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to select the vase as the guide surface. So our profile is going to be this, path is going to be the line that we just projected, and then our guide surface is going to be this outside surface. And so now you can see that that basically makes our first rib. One thing I will say is usually for some reason it has this little, basically doesn't go all the way to the bottom here. So I'm just going to try to extend it a little bit. And this is a little bit of an annoyance with Fusion, but essentially it doesn't want to extend past the end of the surface. So just try to play with it to where it does something like that. We can clean this up at the end. So I'm going to click OK. And so edit sketch, and we want it to join, click OK. Okay, and so now you can see here that if we just selected that kind of half circle, it'll give us this little weird space between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and instead of just selecting the semicircle, I'm just going to select the whole circle. So edit feature, and for our profile, we're also going to select that, and then click OK. And so hopefully this will work as we go around the circle. And here, maybe now if we don't extend that pass, it will work correctly. Okay, and so that looks better. It looks like it's forming a nice surface. I'm going to click OK. Okay, and so now we have this feature, and the next thing we need to do is create the pattern. So we click create pattern, and then we're going to do pattern on path. And so we're going to do features and select that feature we just made. And then our path is going to be this top path. And so you can see here that if we just pattern it around, it doesn't really follow what we're trying to follow. But if we change this down here to orientation to path direction, it snaps into our preferred direction. And you can see that's more of the effect that we're going for. So now we just need to change the quantity to something, that basically makes more sense. And then this is one of the quirks with Fusion, is to make this path basically complete itself. You essentially need to kind of guess as to where you want this to end. But one way that I've kind of gotten around that, because it starts, at this point, it doesn't start in the middle. So it's kind of hard to make these evenly spaced at the end. So what I've done in the past is I've basically just made it half of the way around. So if we go back here, we can go back to where we're just going to this point here. And if we know the diameter, we can just add the radius. So you can see here, it's snapping. If you'll notice, see that little black dot right there? So basically we're snapping to this point. So we want to just extend it by the radius. So this will be in the middle. So I'm going to extend this distance by point plus 1.5 because that's the radius of this. So that should be approximately right, because this is, a path length. So it's curved a little bit, but it's pretty close to the radius at this point. So I'm going to say plus 1.5 because the diameter of this was 3 millimeters, if you remember back to that. So now I'm going to click OK. And so now we have basically half of what we were looking for. And so now I'm going to cheat a little bit and just split the body down the middle and just mirror it. And that'll basically make everything nice and symmetric. And you can see here that our split is basically going straight down the middle of these two ribs. So that's the effect we're looking for. And so now we can hide that and then just create a mirror of this single body. So mirror, select plane, we're going to select that and we're going to join. And so now we have the effect we're looking for. Again, it's not a perfect solution. It's just a little bit of a workaround, but I think that this is essentially the idea we were trying to get. And hopefully this is helpful for you. So thanks for watching.